At each school board meeting, staff members make presentations highlighting the academic programs in the York County School Division. In March 2011, Magruder Elementary School staff spoke to the board about building academic vocabulary.
We are pleased this evening to welcome Mary Ahern as principal of Magruder Elementary School, Jane Koryatzik, and Alexis Swanson, assistant principals at Magruder. And we're going to learn this evening about the Building Academic Vocabulary Project. And obviously, vocabulary is so crucial to a student's overall literacy development. But you're going to find out that the initiative at Magruder Elementary School is not your traditional instruction that one might think of in terms of vocabulary, where it's just memorizing definitions. No, in this program, it's much more systematic instruction, helping build general knowledge of kids so that they can master vocabulary. So welcome.
Good evening, Dr. Williams, Mr. Medford, and members of the board. I am Jane Koryatzik, assistant principal of Magruder Elementary School. We are honored to be here this evening to share with you a project that the Magruder staff and students have worked on for 2 years. During the 2009-2010 school year, the faculty at Magruder met in a book study using Building Academic Vocabulary by Robert Marzano and Deborah Pickering. This book was chosen because of the concern that with the advent of electronic devices, games, and excessive TV time, students were not coming to school with the extensive background vocabulary of everyday words needed during their studies. To begin this project, teachers read the book, practiced the 6-step process during staff development sessions, and then chose the geography vocabulary list to bring to the students. Teams of teachers then worked to assign the 301 vocabulary words to the appropriate grade levels. Some of the words were related to our standards of learning, and some were not. But it was decided to use all of the geography words on the Marzano and Pickering list. Grade level teachers then worked together to develop a timeline for covering the vocabulary during the 2010-2011 school year.
Good evening. I'm Mary Ahern, principal at Magruder Elementary. I want to walk you through the 6-step process that is used with our students at Magruder. During step number 1, the teacher provides a description, explanation, or example of each new term. In this short video clip, a first grade teacher, Mrs. Cindy Hine, introduces the word vegetation to her class.
This one is vegetation. You may have heard of vegetation. What do you think vegetation might be? Do you have any ideas, Jake? Vegetation. No ideas at all. I hear veg. Where have you ever heard the word veg, the beginning of a word veg before? And it might make you think. Micah?
Vegetable.
Oh, vegetable, vegetation. What do you think vegetation might be? Because I'm going to tell you, vegetables might be part of vegetation. What do you think, Julia? I said vegetables could be part of it, but vegetation kind of means the same. It's got to be the same idea as vegetables. Because what do vegetables do?
Grow.
They grow.
After much discussion and introduction to the word, the teacher and students talk about it, attempting to restate the description in their own words. The students then construct a picture, symbol, or graphic that represents the term to them. At this point, each child's page in his or her notebook may look very different. In this kindergarten example, there are 2 words. On the left, we have lake. On the right, we have land. At the beginning of kindergarten, some students use no words at all to explain the word, while others may add some words that they know in order to describe it. By 2nd grade, students are using a more involved process in their notebooks. Here, students write the word. They draw something that helps them make a connection to the word, bringing in their own prior knowledge. They then write a definition and draw another picture to help them remember the meaning. By 5th grade, students bring some of their personality into their notebook. The example on the left is a young man's work. Notice that the two figures are very formally signing the trade pact. On the right, the young ladies shake hands and smile. At the bottom of the page, you see each student's picture for a trade route. This clip of a first grader shows him putting two words into the same picture. Hi, Jake. Can you tell me about your picture for soil?
The brown and the black. The brown is soil and the black is topsoil.
Step 4 in the process is to allow students to participate in a variety of activities. These could include identifying synonyms and antonyms, drawing an additional picture or graphic, listing related words, or writing common reminders to help them with common confusions, such as the capital with an O is always a building. For LEP students, we may at this point have them translate it into their first languages, if they're readers and writers of that language. Children at Magruder often use our iPods to develop their understanding of a concept, such as synonyms and antonyms, before generating a list of them as an activity with their vocabulary words. During the 5th step of the process, students love to share their notebook pictures and descriptions with each other. They appear to take particular interest in the variety of the ways their friends show the words in pictures and can often be heard complimenting each other on their artwork. The art teacher spent one lesson per grade at the beginning of this school year teaching doodling to the students to help them feel comfortable and confident creating these quick drawings. Another way of sharing their knowledge about the words is through displays in the hallways. This first grade bulletin board can often be seen with students standing around it while they explain their pictures to each other. It's always fun to hear students using teacher talk with each other. Step 6 is one of the students' favorites. They get to play games with their words. This is a screenshot of a 5th grade game in which the student stands with his back to the word, which is projected on an LCD projector. His teammates shout out clues to the word, and he has to guess it before that timer goes off. Children can practice using their words in a game of quiz, quiz, trade. Each student has a card with a word on one side and a definition on the other. They pair up, quiz each other, trade the cards, and then go off to find another partner. This is one of the cooperative learning strategies that were introduced to the teachers by our instructional specialists in each building. Other activities with words might include vocabulary charades, Draw Me, which is modeled after Pictionary, and tic-tac-toe.
Good evening. I'm Alexis Swanson, the other assistant principal at Magruder, and I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about the assessment of the vocabulary. So as you saw, there are 6 steps in our process which give the students a variation of the ways that they may represent their terms. So we must allow for that variation as well in the assessments so that it's more for them than just knowing a word and giving a memorized definition of that word. So assessments may come in the form of paper and pencil where our students are drawing, matching, writing a sentence that may show the meaning. Or in many classrooms, you may see our teachers using Quizdom, which is an electronic response system that allows individual responses which are given by the students using remotes, as demonstrated in this clip.
Okay, which picture describes the term crop? Think about what a crop is. Which of those pictures is going to best show us what a crop is? It doesn't have any food on it. It's a nice tree, it's a plant, but it's not something that we grow to eat. So that makes A the best picture because we see a farm there and we see crops of food for people to eat. Okay, now we have a little bit different kind of question. I've given you the answer, and I want you to tell me what the best question is that would give us that answer. So the answer is community. What is the question? Is it A, what is the number of people living in an area? Is it B, what are plants grown for food? Or is it C, what is a place where people live, work, and play?
Reading the choices to these second grade students, which gives those with reading difficulty the opportunity as well to learn and use the words orally. The teachers at Magruder have already spent time and plan to spend more time reflecting on the project and its usefulness for our students. The notebooks, which were brought using school funds, will be passed along to the next grade so that students can continue to use their own notebooks. The staff will meet again in April to decide if another list of words should be added to the geography words for next year. It's our hope that as the children move through the grades, we will see stronger vocabulary skill, and the students will show that as they read and write about their world. Thank you for your interest in the Magruder Elementary Vocabulary Project.
Thank you. Well done. Obviously, at Magruder, I can say that anytime I'm in the building, the energy level there is, and the learning that's going on, everybody's always excited, and the energy that's in the classrooms and the staff. So y'all do a wonderful job, and this is just a sampling of that, because I know there's lots of other things going on in that school building that y'all lead and appreciate what y'all do.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much.
I also want to just commend you all for the explicit focus on vocabulary, because obviously that understanding of vocabulary is one of the keys to successful reading comprehension. So it's not about being able to spit out a definition that the kids memorize, but really about being able to use that understanding in context. And so that's commendable for your systematic approach to expanding kids' vocabulary.
Yeah, when you said 300 plus words, I'm thinking, kind of, wow. Okay.
It looks like fun learning too.
Exactly. So that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, along with everything else that's going on in their lives there. So thank you.